compound interest payable half yearly and the simple interest on a certain sum of money and the simple interest on a certain sum of money. Okay, so compound interest payable half yearly. So below that we write half yearly. Compound interest payable half yearly. Compound interest payable half yearly and the simple interest minus SI. Their difference minus SI. Minus SI and SI is yearly. Okay. SI is yearly. How much it is given? The difference between compound interest for a year payable half yearly and simple interest on a certain sum of money lent out at 10% for a year is 15 rupees. So their difference is 15 rupees. Okay, their difference is 15 rupees. Compound interest minus simple interest, where we compute compound interest on half yearly basis is 15 rupees. Okay, the rate of interest is 10%. R is 10%. R is 10%. R is 10% for a year. Year means duration. N or T, you can take P is equal to 1 year. P is equal to 1 year. Okay. Find the sum of money lent out. Find the sum of money means principal amount. So principal amount we consider rupees X. So you find simple interest, compound interest. So let us find SI first. No problem. What is the formula for SI? P into R. P into R into T upon 100. Okay. So P is X. Rate of interest is 10. Duration is 1 year upon 100. 1 0 get cancelled. So that is simple interest is X upon 10. How much? X upon 10 rupees. Now you find compound interest for half yearly. For 1 year. But on which basis? So for half yearly, to find compound interest, first you will find A. First you will find A. So use the formula for A. So A is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100, R upon 2 into 100, because it is half yearly basis, raised to 2n, raised to 2n, raised to 2n, n will be 1. Okay, you will take n is equal to 1. So A is equal to P is X, 1 plus R is 10 upon 200, raised to 2n, n is 1. So A is equal to X into 1 plus 1 upon 20, 1 0 get cancelled, 1 upon 20 raised to 2. So A is equal to X into 21 upon 20 raised to 2. So A is equal to X into 441, 21 into 21, 441 upon 400. So A is equal to 441x upon 400. This is my amount A for half yearly basis. Now we want to find CI. So what is the formula for CI of A minus P? CI or SI the same formula, A minus P. CI or SI the same formula, A minus P. So CI is equal to A minus P. So CI is equal to A is 441 x upon 400 minus P. P is X. So CI is equal to 441x minus 400x, cross multiply 400x upon 400. So CI is equal to 41x upon 400. Now the difference of CI and SI is given 15 rupees. So CI minus SI is given 15 rupees. So CI is 441x upon 400 minus SI is, what was SI? X upon 10. X upon 10 is equal to 15 rupees. So this is a fraction, this is a fraction. So subtraction of two fractions, you take LCM. So 41x upon 400 minus multiply this by 40. 40x upon 400 is equal to 15. Is equal to 15. Is equal to 15. So 41x minus 40x, x upon 400. X upon 400. X upon 400. Use the microphone. 15 into 400. 60,000. Okay. 6,000. X is 6,000. So my X is my principal amount or sum. Principal amount or sum. Sum means principal amount. Amount means accumulated amount. That you remember. So the sum is 6,000 rupees. The sum is 6,000 rupees. Correct? Now let us do 10th one. 10th one, simple one, but you need little bit understanding. The age of Pramod and Rohit are 16 years and 18 years. Let us solve 10th one. The age of Pramod and Rohit. The age of Pramod and Rohit. Okay, Pramod and Rohit. Okay. The age of Pramod. Age of Pramod is how many years? He is 16 years. And age of Rohit is 18 years. Okay. 18 years. In what ratio they must invest money? Okay, now the ratio of investment is asked. In what ratio they must invest the money? They must invest money at 5% per annum. The rate of interest is same, 5%. 5% for this, 5% for this. Okay? 5% per annum compounded yearly. Now it is yearly basis for them. It is yearly basis. Okay? It is yearly basis, not half yearly. It is yearly basis. Okay? At the same sum, so that they get the same sum, means accumulated amount A1 will be same as A2, accumulated at the age of 25 years. Okay, A1 will be same as A2 at the age of 25 years. At the age of 25 years, both of them should get the same amount. At the age of 25 years, they should get the same amount. They should get the same amount. So Rohit has invested the amount for how many years? Yes. What is the current age? 16. How 7? How 7, my dear? Sorry, about Pramod. About Pramod. Pramod current age is 16 years. He has to invest the amount up to 25 years, means 9 years. So write down. For Pramod, the duration N is 25 years minus 16 years. So N is 9 years. So Pramod has invested the amount for 9 years. Now for Rohit, yes, the current age is 18 years. So 25 years minus 18 years. 25. So Rohit has invested for 7 years. Pramod has invested for 9 years. Now it is asked, in what ratio they must invest money? In what ratio? So right, let Pramod and Rohit. Let Pramod and Rohit invest. Let Pramod and Rohit invest rupees X each. Let X let each invest rupees X. Let each invest rupees X. Okay. Let each invest rupees X. So what is the amount for Pramod? Yes. So what is the amount for Pramod? Tell me. What is the amount for Pramod? Yes, my dear. So that will be A1. Yes, A1. What will be the formula? P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. Because it is yearly, so we use the same formula. Raised to N. Okay, now the rate of interest is same. The rate of interest is same. So A1 is equal to A1. A1 is equal to PBX. Okay. Invest rupees X. So we take P as X. Okay, this is my P. So that will be X into 1 plus R. R is 5 upon 100 raised to N. Pramod has invested for 9 years. Raised to 9. Yes, raised to 9. So A1. Okay. So A1 upon X. A1 upon this. So this has invested for how many years? A1 upon. So what will be the value of X? Find out the value of X from this. Find out the value of X. Yes. They have the same amount. So do not take A1, A2. You take A1, A. Otherwise you will get confused. You take A. Do not take A1, A2. Okay. Amount is same. So A upon 1 plus 5 upon 100 raised to 9 is equal to X. And what is this X? Tell me. What is this X? Yes. So this is the amount invested by Pramod. Yes or no? Yes. Amount invested by Pramod. Amount. Substitution. So amount invested by Pramod. Amount invested by Pramod is A upon 1 plus, or you can write A upon, or you can let it be 1 plus, you can simplify this, no? 5 upon 100 you can simplify. 1 upon 20. You write one more step. So A upon 21 upon 20, no? 21 upon 20 raised to 9. Raised to 9 is equal to X. So that will be A upon 21 upon 20 raised to 9. So this is the amount invested by Pramod. Okay. Similarly, you find the amount invested by Rohit. You find the amount invested by Rohit. Rohit has invested for 7 years. So write for Rohit. Find the amount A. A is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to N. Amount A will remain same. A, P is X. Same amount they invest 1 plus R upon 100, 5 upon 100 raised to N. N is 7 because Rohit has invested for 7 years. Rohit has invested for 7 years. Okay. Now I will eliminate X from this. So eliminate X from this. So A upon A is equal to X into, you can cancel 1 upon 20. So that will be 21 upon 20 raised to 7. So A upon 21 by 20 raised to 7 is X. And what is this X? Tell me. This is the amount invested by Rohit, no? Because Rohit and Pramod, they invest the same amount X. So amount invested by Rohit amount invested by Rohit, amount invested by Rohit is equal to A upon 21 by 20 raised to 7. 21 by 20 raised to 7. Now we want to find the ratio of the amount invested, no? You want to find the ratio of the amount invested. Find the ratio of the amount invested by Pramod and Rohit. So what you will do? You will take the ratio of the amount. Yes. So amount invested by Pramod, amount invested by Pramod, amount invested by Pramod, Pramod ratio. Okay. I do not have space, you write down ratio. Ratio amount invested by Rohit. Amount invested by Rohit is equal to, yes, what is the amount invested by Pramod? By Pramod, yes, A upon 21 by 20 raised to 9. Then ratio. What is the amount invested by Rohit? A upon 21 by 20 raised to 7, no? Yes. Now what do you mean by A ratio B? Yes. What do you mean by A ratio B, my dear? A ratio B means A upon B. That you remember. Okay. So this will be A upon 21 by 20 raised to 9. Divide by this. A upon B I can also write A divided by B. So A ratio B means A divided by B. A ratio B means A divided by B. So divided by A upon 21 by 20 raised to 7. 21 by 20. Yes. So A divided by A by B divided by C by D is same as A by B multiplied by reciprocal of C by D, that is D by C. So this will be A upon 21 by 20 raised to 9 multiplied by 21 by 20 raised to 7 upon A, no? Upon A. Now A get cancelled. Yes, A get cancelled. Raised to minus 2. Or you can write, there are various rules, my dear. Yes, see here. A raised to M upon A raised to N. If M power is bigger, then I can write A raised to M minus N. If N power is bigger, then I can write 1 upon A raised to N minus N. No? Yes? If M power is bigger, then I can write A raised to M minus N. If N power is bigger, I will write 1 upon A raised to N minus N. Same thing I will apply here. Now denominator power is bigger. So that is 21 by 20 raised to 7. Let me write one more step. Upon 21 by 20 raised to 9. Now which is bigger? N is bigger. So I will write 1 upon 21 by 20 raised to 9 minus 7. This 7 I will bring the denominator, 9 minus 7. So that is 1 upon 21 by 20 raised to 2. Yes, clear? So that is 1 upon 21 by 20, that is 21 square, 441 upon 400. This is same as 1 divided by 441 upon 100. 441 upon 400. So this is 1 multiplied by 400 upon 441. 400 upon 441. So this is 400 upon 441. So now you tell me what do you mean by A upon B? A upon B is same as A ratio B. So I can put in the ratio form. So the ratio is 400 ratio 441. This is the answer. So the ratio of the amount invested by Pramod and Rohit is 400 ratio 441. Yes? Clear? हाँ, so this complete our portion. This complete our portion. E exercise is completely omitted. Okay. E exercise is completely omitted. Okay. E exercise is completely omitted. Now let me check how much you have followed by taking the question from this. Compound interest. See here, term 2 portion is over. Now whenever we have next period I will discuss about project based on solids, cube, cuboid, cone. So first I will explain that part and then I will give you the project. Okay. So this complete our term 2 portion. Term 2 portion is completely over. Now nothing is left. Only the thing is revision. So we will do the revision chapter wise. So before that, let me see how much you have followed in this. Chalo, solve few problems. See, now if the question is, in the question it is not mentioned without using formula or using formula, then you are free to use any method. Okay? You are free to use any method. Calculate the compound interest. First question. Calculate the compound interest. You can do it by using formula, without using formula, whichever way. Calculate the compound interest. Calculate the compound interest for the second year. Calculate the compound interest for the second year. On rupees 12,000. On rupees 12,000. So 12,000 is principal amount. 12,000 invested for 3 years. Invested for 3 years. Invested for 3 years at 10% per annum. At 10% per year. Per year means per annum. What is not clear? 1 minute. Now, yes. Clear or not clear? Satish Patel. Blood. Okay. You give me 1 minute time. Let me change the internet. Now you tell me. Yes. Satish Patel. Whether it is clear or not? Still. Yes. No. Just repeating the question. What about now? No? Is it clear or not? 10% per annum per year. Also find the sum due. Also find the sum due. Board is clear or not? You tell me so that I can find some other way. Also find the sum due at the end of third year. At the end of third year. Board is not clear? Do not hesitate. You tell me. See, calculate the compound interest for the second year on rupees 12,000 invested for 3 years at 10% per annum. Also find the sum due at the end of third year. So this is yearly basis problem. Board is not clear. You allow me 1 minute. Let me see. Now board is clear or not? Yes. Yes, Arvina Prajapati, board is clear. Okay, chalo, solve this. Satish Patel clear? Calculate the compound interest. Calculate the compound interest for the second year. Okay. So calculate the compound interest for the second year. So by which method you will solve? It will be more convenient. Without using formula, it will be more convenient because total duration is 3 years and it is as compound interest of the second year. So instead of doing so many calculations, you go by step without using formula. You will get the answer. Then second question. On what sum of money will the difference between on what sum of money the difference between see, you must have observed that if you have participated actively in the class, internal you have got full mark. So again you participate. Tell me your answer so that again you will get the benefit of that in internal. So that 100 out of 100, 50 out of 50, that is maintained. On what sum of money will the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Will the difference between simple interest and compound interest, simple interest and compound interest, for 2 years at 5% per annum, 5% per annum be equal to 5% per annum be equal to rupees 50. So the difference between SI and CI is given 50 rupees. Duration is 2 years and it is 5%. So in this you can use the formula yearly basis. You can use the formula and get the answer. Chalo, one more problem. It is 12. It is 125. Chalo, solve these two. One more problem let me give. Third one. Find the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Find the difference between simple interest. And compound interest. Find the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Find the difference between simple interest and compound interest. On rupees 4,000 on rupees 4,000 for 2 years at 10% per annum. So again it is yearly basis for compound interest. So tell me the answer of first answer. Hmm? 12,360 into 12,000 into 3. Okay. 12,000 into R. 12,000 into R. 10 into 1 upon 100. So 1200. So 12,000. 12,000 plus 1200. That is 13200. Okay. This will be my amount A. So 13200 into 10 into 1 upon 100. Zeros get cancelled. What is the answer? Interest is 1320. Yes. For second year, find the interest. This second year is 1320. All of you got the answer? 1320. Find the amount due at the end of third year. Okay. So again, 15,972. Okay, 15,972. All of you got this answer? The amount due at the end of third year means A. Amount due at the end of third year means amount A. Okay, so you will find CI for third year, and then finally A will be P plus CI. And without using formula, you remember the amount at the end of first year will become principal amount for second year, and the amount at the end of second year will become principal amount for third year. That you remember. Chalo, do second one. On what sum of money will the difference between CI and SI is 2 rupees, is 2 year at 5% per annum. Difference is given 50 rupees. So who has given the answer of first? Yes, just tell me your name. Riddhi Singh. Who else? Satish Patel. Who else? Sarita. Okay. Anushri Mishra. Then Tanvi. Okay, Tanvi Patel. Then chalo, 4%, 4 to 5%. Chalo, do second one and then we'll stop. Second one hardly 2 minutes. What is the sum? 25,000. 20,000. Okay, let us see. No harm. Let me do directly. 50 is equal to x into 1 plus r 5. So 1 upon 20 raised to 2 minus x into 5 into 2 upon 100. Let us see. 50 is equal to x into 441. 441 upon 400 minus 5 2s are 10. X upon 10. So x is equal to 41 upon 400. No. 50 is equal to 441x minus 400x. 41x upon 400. So x is equal to 50 into 400. No, my dear, this is the amount. Then 440, no, see. So answer will be, this will be your A, no? This is my A. Then CI will be A minus P. So this is 441x, 41x upon 400. So this will be 41x minus 40x, x upon 400. So x will be 50 into 400. 50 into 400. So x will be 20,000. Yes, absolutely correct. So x is 20,000. So what sum of money means 20,000. Okay, so today's syllabus is over. Now next time we will do the revision and I will discuss about project. Okay. So next time we will do the revision of compound interest, simple interest, and along with that I will discuss about project. Okay. It is 1:30. Now we stop here. Bye everybody. Bye. Syllabus is over. Okay. So get relaxed. Okay. Bye.